For the ancient Egyptians, religion functioned as the literal physics of the universe, dictating the movements of the sun and the behavior of the river. They believed the natural world was a fragile system under constant siege by Isfet, a terrifying force of chaos, famine, and disaster that threatened to dissolve order at any moment. Survival depended on a single mechanism, Ma'at. This concept represented the absolute necessity of truth, balance, and cosmic harmony. This is the goddess Ma'at. Her identity and the entire concept of universal order are personified by the single ostrich feather worn on her head. To keep the Nile flooding and the crops growing, every citizen and ruler shared a singular responsibility. They had to perform the daily actions required to uphold Ma'at. This shared commitment allowed ancient Egyptian civilization to endure for 3,000 years, dedicated to holding back the encroaching desert and preventing the collapse of the world. Maintaining such a complex universe required a massive workforce of over 2,000 deities, each acting as a distinct force of nature within the system. This stone falcon represents Horus, the god of the sky and kingship. His animal head serves as visual shorthand for the specific traits and natural powers he commanded. As the pharaoh, the ruler acted as the chief operator and the only individual capable of mediating between the mortal workforce and the divine. The pharaoh's primary mandate was the active maintenance of Ma'at on earth, ensuring the physical world remained in balance. Stability was preserved through a cycle of succession. Upon death, the pharaoh merged with Osiris, the god of the afterlife, while the new living ruler assumed the role of Horus. This rigid social hierarchy functioned as a specialized maintenance crew, bridging the mortal and divine worlds to keep the cosmos operational. These towering columns at Karnak supported the literal, exclusive homes of the gods on Earth. At the center of these massive complexes lay a dark, hidden inner sanctuary containing the golden statue of the resident deity. Every morning, the pharaoh or high priests performed the essential maintenance rituals, opening the shrine, washing the statue, dressing it in fine linen, and providing it with meals of bread and beer. During the annual Opet festival, the priests carried these statues out of their secluded rooms on magnificent boats, allowing the common people to celebrate and seek favors from the divine. These temples operated like power plants, where daily rituals provided the fuel necessary to keep the gods satisfied and the physical environment functioning. While the pharaoh maintained the kingdom, every individual had to navigate their own transition into the field of reeds, a paradise representing the ultimate continuation of life. Success required mummification, a complex preservation process that provided a vessel for the soul's aspects, the Ba and the Ka, to return to. The Ba represents the individual's personality, while the Ka is their vital life force. To avoid manual labor in the afterlife, the deceased relied on these Shapti dolls, magical servants buried in the tomb to perform any work required by the gods. Finally, the deceased used customized scrolls known as the Book of the Dead, which provided the specific spells and passwords needed to survive the dangers of the underworld. To the Egyptians, death was a logistical hurdle that required immense physical and magical preparation to overcome. This papyrus depicts the final audit of the soul in the Hall of Two Truths, the weighing of the heart. The jackal-headed god Anubis places the heart, the center of a person's morality, on a scale against the feather of Ma'at. A heart light enough to balance against the feather proved the person had lived in harmony with the laws of the universe, earning them eternal life with Osiris. If the heart was heavy with sin, it was instantly consumed by Ammit, this hybrid of a crocodile, lion, and hippo, resulting in the total obliteration of the soul. Personal morality was the literal currency required to survive the judgment of the gods. By treating balance as a physical necessity, the Egyptians built a civilization that lasted 3,000 years. They engineered their entire society around the belief that order and life could be preserved indefinitely through constant, disciplined effort.